What do you think is the biggest factor holding men back from evolving and growing?
Gravity.
Welcome to Joy Tactics, the podcast dedicated to all things joyful, joyous, and meeting as many celebrities as humanly possible. Hosted by Eric Rahill, Nate Veroni, and Jack Bensinger. Enjoy.
Philip Sophocles, the first ever philosopher.
Phillips, is that what?
I just want to say, like, my threshold for exhaustion is getting so low to where yesterday we had to wake up at maybe 6:45 a.m.
We signed an NDA, otherwise we'd tell you why.
We wouldn't tell you, but let's just say networks are involved. And
You can't say that. Literally.
Really?
I don't think so. Bleeped.
That was
bleep it.
yeah,
bleep it,
2
bleep it.
minutes, 2 seconds.
All right, we can't
2
say
minutes, 2 seconds in. Already
we
got
can't
to
say
bleep out.
what we were doing.
Eric,
but
you need to watch your fucking mouth on the podcast, okay? We need to peel the curtain behind the scenes.
I do.
We are
I'm
stopping
just so
and
transparent.
starting so many times because
Yeah.
Eric is naming all these names,
Dude,
and he gets in. It's just
And I'll
like,
tell you
more
why.
people should be that way.
No,
though.
I'll tell you
I think
why.
I respect that in people. I respect that in myself.
No, the reason is because you don't have to edit this shit. And so you're hella reckless with it. While me and Nate go in and go back and cover up your mistakes, you're a fucking bitch, dude.
The surprise that you guys have in store waiting for you for all the work you've done for editing is going to blow your minds. Let's just say your feet are going to be a little sandy. There's going to be a couple Coronas in your
You're
hands.
getting kind of Trump adjacent with your speech right now.
No, I never get
There's
that
going to
way.
be a little bit of a little
I don't
surprise.
sound like Trump. I never sound like him. Never have. Least sounding like Trump guy
Least
ever.
sounding like Trump ever.
Ever.
What
But,
did he do? Wait, let's get.
Oh, he did all. Oh,
Didn't he
was
call
just.
Ted Cruz a pussy?
No, he called his wife ugly something.
No, this is
stank
new
ass.
though.
Oh, he went in again.
He called somebody in the audience. One of his rally said like Ted Cruz is a pussy, and then Trump was like,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't say that, but to anybody who didn't hear it, she said Ted Cruz is a pussy.
No.
I'd never say it.
I mean, listen.
That's not bring civility back to politics.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Not to defend Ted Cruz, but let's be civil, y'all. Like seriously,
Right.
it's not funny to be that way.
Well, Ted Cruz is one of the worst people.
Yeah, he is.
And he's
but,
ugly.
oh,
Well, that's
until
okay.
he
It's
got
okay to-
that beard, that sexy salt and pepper beard, and he got he gives beautiful kisses
Massages, lip massages
all over the body.
He go down on the mouth.
You guys remember his voice acting kind of, or his Simpsons
What?
video where he was like,
No,
it was when he was actually running for president, and he was like just trying to seem relatable. So whoever was on his team to try and make him like more human, like that person needs to be like just their head needs to be chopped off.
What did he do? What did he
I need
do?
to hire somebody to make me more human.
no, man.
How could
Not
I
at
be
all,
more
not at all.
seem
No,
more
no.
human to the people out there?
You know who has a good person is Mark Zuckerberg. I feel like that person is knocking it out of the park for
Right.
how
No.
for how bad he is in interviews
Right.
and how kind of like not a public speakery he is.
Yeah.
That person has knocked it out of the park because I'm seeing the progress from 10 years ago to now.
He's saying things like, "Hello, I am cooking 1,700 burgers today in my backyard, wearing a single T-shirt."
But I think he progressed. I want to hear about the Simpsons thing, but I want to say this about Mark Zuckerberg. I think he through extreme wealth and fame, he progressed to being this full alien. Because back in the Social Network days,
Jesse
and, like,
Eisenberg, Justin Timberlake, yada yada.
there's a clip I just watched of him giving a guest lecture at Harvard in like a computer science entry level.
You were listening to so many lectures.
Well,
and that's why
I got 3 lectures going on at once. I got like yerba mate, dark coffee with milk and sugar on the other side. But in the lecture, he is more of this kind of this like edgelordy. He seems like he comes in and he's like, the first thing he says after he's introduced, he's like, interesting lecture hall. He's like, I didn't actually attend many of these. I skipped class a lot in college. I was working on my own stuff. Yeah, anyways. So this will probably only be 20 minutes. I don't have that much prepared, and he's going off and people are like,
He was
there's,
like,
there's
bad
literally
boy?
12
He's a
people
baddie.
in the lecture.
Well, because you know,
and he was a baddie. I was like, I'm getting
technically-
all attracted right now.
well, he got his start as being a baddie, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he didn't make Facebook. No, didn't he?
Oh, he stole
he
it from
stole
who?
it. He's kind of like in a sense, like he got the $5 discount, 5-finger
He's the
discount.
tech Carlos Mencia.
He's the Teclos Lemon.
I will defend Carlos. I will defend Carlos Mencia to the death. I love Mr. Mencia.
and he will too. He was.
It's not his catchphrase.
He stole that though.
Yeah, he stole DDD.
Yeah, from.
Well, don't say from
I
who.
won't
We
say
know
from
from
who,
who.
but we
Okay.
know. Let's just say they have a TV show now, and let's just say it's.
Okay, what did Ted Cruz do at The Simpsons?
Oh, he just had this interview. I think it was with like Variety or something like that, and he was like, "Hey guys, I love The Simpsons," and he did all of the impressions of like
yeah.
all the characters.
Did he do Apu?
Well,
He did.
It was mostly a poo.
Was it
No.
really? Oh my God.
No, I don't think he did a poo, but he did like it was just the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my
Like,
God.
Really, you think that's cringe? I'd like to see you get even close to that. I bet you couldn't even do 3 right
I
now.
cannot even be cringe at all. I've never even gotten close to it in 1 second of my life.
Give me a Bart impression.
Hey, nope, not even close.
Oh my
That was really close.
Did
Why are you
did-
stopping yourself?
I didn't even sound.
'Cause
What are you talking
literally-
about? That was awful. I forget what he even
He
sounded
says,
like.
"Eat my shorts."
You just sounded really good. Yeah. Yeah. Is one of your teeth silver? Oh no, it's just a spit bubble. My bad.
Oh shit! What if I came in with a silver tooth?
If you
I need
came
to get
in
some
with a
ice.
silver tooth,
Well, 'cause that
why
way
don't
if-
people do
yeah.
that anymore?
You know, I just got a good Dracula defense idea. Why don't they just wear? How do you kill him with silver? Is
Garlic.
Silver bullets.
Garlic?
and
Oh, garlic.
No,
So-
garlic is a myth. It doesn't work on vampires.
Well, all I'm
okay?
saying, if it was garlic or silver bullets, all you got to do is make a garlic scarf, and then when he goes to bite your neck, you already got the garlic on.
Oh, that's
Why the
He's-
fuck didn't they just do
You're
People
that?
gonna
just
be-
hold garlic out. Why aren't they got it around there?
And then he just smacks it out of his way and
the
he
puka
bites
shell
him.
garlic necklace.
The puka goop goop.
I want to say this about undead.
You were a millisecond away from pulling off the craziest sentence. I know it. I don't know what something happened.
You miss every sentence you don't
There
try
was a
to
brain
say. You know.
malfunction.
That's right.
Okay, so what we've done is a lot of podcasts don't give a fucking shit
No.
about the people that listen to them, but
Mm-mm.
we are
Patronizes.
we actually love you guys,
We love the fuck out of you guys. We're so lucky to have everybody that's listening.
and we have some of the best listeners on planet Earth, and we
Correct.
have
Yeah.
gone out on our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, Joy Tactics or Joy Tactics Pod or something like that. And we have asked you guys to ask us some questions, and we want to know what y'all want to know about because
we know.
because we care about you guys. And I am blown away by some of the questions that we've been getting, and I think that every person that listens to us, I am seriously impressed by your hilariousness level.
Your
is so
curiosity.
high. Your curiousness and your knowledge of the world is just blowing us away, and
I
I'm just
wanna-
excited to get cooking in these
I'm so
questions.
excited too. While we're on the topic of listener demographics, whatever, I do want to say this. We have had the chance to uncover under the hood a little bit of the demographics of the people that listen to the podcast. And shockingly, it's skewing about 86% male
For
listeners.
now.
For now. 14% female or, whatever
it's
that
80,
you identify
40.
as. But so we had a request for all the fellas out there. Send this podcast to a lady in your life. And
This one
whatever.
is for the ladies,
This one's
by
for
the
the
way.
ladies. We're starting to change the
Okay.
way that we do the
Yeah.
podcast, and it's becoming a lot more broadly appealing. So
If
send this
you're,
out there,
um,
seriously.
If you're about to go on a first date, or if you have a dental
Mhm.
hygienist or a doctor or a
Mhm.
boss or somebody who's a
Yeah.
woman, corner them,
Yes.
get for about 30 minutes, and tell them about us. Tell them
Mhm.
about whatever Rogan clips you're watching,
Yeah.
any like jujitsu you're getting interested in, whatever
Because
supplements you're on.
because we are 3 ladies men, okay, and what women really like is when dudes talk about podcasts that they listen to of
Right.
3 dudes hosting it.
Yeah.
Well-
And there's pretty much nothing more than that they love than that.
Yeah, and there was a very offensive article that just came out. Did you see this in the New
About
York
us?
Times
No.
about podcasters?
Oh, I'm not surprised. The New York Times is
Interested
what
the
did
New
they
York,
say?
the rotten New York Times,
The New York Times.
the New York
Well,
loser
we
Times.
live there. We like New
Well,
York.
once you're onto something,
Yeah.
like something so shocking.
I know it's when the haters. come.
That's when
the haters come
What
out.
the article
at first
said.
they doubt you.
Yeah,
then
yeah,
they
yeah.
hate
Then
they
they
hate you.
plant-
Then
sprout
they
you.
Then
secretly
they-
love your.
then
First they doubt you, then they
respect
sprout
Then they
you.
hate
Then
you
you
again.
change the world.
That's right.
That's right, because the
Gandhi.
change back is a setup for
but
a
I want
change
to.
up. What?
Say
Yes.
So that's again to whoever wrote that piece in the New York Times about podcasters.
Look-
I don't know who hurt you, and I don't know how they did it, but I feel for you, and I empathize with you, and I don't hate you. I love you,
Yep.
and just listen to the podcast for 10 hours and see how you feel.
I legitimately think that but right before they were about to send that to the editor, if they would have pulled up Spotify, went to Joy Tactics, and listened to 3 seconds of an episode, they would have scrapped that fucking article
I know.
right to the curb.
Or at least added an asterisk.
I wonder if Barack is listening to this.
Oh, for show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably up in the
Sasha
DJ.
and
I think
Malia.
Sasha and Malia did.
Oh, of course, Sasha Malia.
my-
Thank you for your patronage. We
thank
love you.
Both and they signed up as one patron.
They
Which
said,
is weird.
well,
we
with
know
the
you got.
$100,000.
We know you got
whatever.
the money. Just this, whatever.
And
We
by the
don't
way,
need to-
keep crushing on the elliptical because I know that's where you're tuning us into on.
To all the
Where's
Obama.
Because
everybody?
we talk.
Keep
Here's the
crushing it
funny
at the
thing about
gym.
listening to Joy Tactics when you're working out is that you might not notice this. A little peek behind the curtain. We speak conversationally perfectly at 80 beats per minute.
Correct.
To keep your heart
It's
going, to keep your
difficult.
cardio
It's
going.
difficult, but we've
But if you-
trained ourselves
yeah,
for a long time.
And I want to say this to Michelle. We didn't forget about you, girl.
You're up
We
next for the
thank-
presidential spot.
Right. What?
Michelle Obama.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, she's gonna be the next
I
president.
think she could be.
Oh,
And she
should
changed
be.
my goodness.
school lunch.
She
She,
might
did
be.
so much more than school lunches, but I remember this. About her.
Remember.
She put vegetables all in the lawn at the White House. And
grass
she made
is
people,
grass a vegetable? Sorry.
Grass
Yes.
is grass could be a
Technically.
vegetable depending on what you want to do with it.
That's
But
Cows eat
vegetable.
grass.
we appreciate
Kyle?
you, Michelle, and we thank God that you're a listener as well. So thank you very much.
All right, let's get into a question.
Okay, let's do it.
This one is kind of the times, I think.
Interesting.
And this question is, I would say, a very modern question. And Jack is playing footsie with me under the table while I'm trying to concentrate and make a great record for the podcast. Thanks, man.
Sorry, I'm Dr. Chaos.
So this question is, and I feel like Jack, you might be actually
Oh.
more adept at this one than anybody else. But
Doubt it.
why has society turned against entrepreneurs? Because we're thinking back in the day, we used to glorify these people.
We
It
really
used to be
did.
about the business owner, and it was about the American dream is entrepreneurially.
Well, entrepreneurs are having hit. They're being not hit on, but there's hit pieces. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a hit on them.
right. But,
Yeah,
who,
yeah,
but
yeah.
who's hitting on them like that?
What they are is a scapegoat for the system.
Right,
Because
right,
everybody's
right.
being held down financially and class wise.
Right.
And they don't realize that it's the whole system. And it's easy to say, oh, it's Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, it's John, whatever. Name a bigger one.
But these
Steve
are
Jobs.
tycoons. These are not entrepreneurs.
Well, man, you say that with a good. Well, people are afraid to put their neck out there.
Yeah.
And so when somebody comes out with a new water bottle or new whatever braces, everyone's gonna be hating on them because they're doing something that they know they have within them that they're afraid to do. And so what they're doing is they are making themselves feel good by making the people who are doing what they want to do feel bad.
I just had a revolutionary idea.
Hmm.
You know how Bernie Sanders is coming at the 1%? There's so much heat on the top 1% right
There
now.
really is.
And
Let them
everybody,
live.
we need to flip that around and start loving these people and see how the world
I
changes.
know because okay,
'Cause
you
why-
know Evan
why-
of Scrooge, right? Remember the story of Scrooge,
McDuck.
the old Christmas tale, is
Yeah.
that basically Scrooge? Everybody thought he was a curmudgeon, he was greedy, whatever.
We didn't like Christmas.
As it turns out, it just took 3 simple ghosts to go through his life and kind of empathize with him and show him empathy
And you
for
know
him to
what?
turn around and become donating all of his money to the crippled children and donating all of his money to the whatever.
Donating.
donating.
Put accent on the O.
Yeah.
You know what? We are American English
Yeah.
needs to use more accents in the language. We'll get to that on the
I know.
linguistics section of the podcast.
There needs to be a new American accent.
Well, we need to develop
Hello.
new slang. We need to do. We need to. You know how like
Pretty good.
Usher and like
Yeah.
they would invent new words and it would
Yeah.
filter into the zeitgeist.
We
I
invent
think
new
we
year-
should.
words
do-
I
every
think
day.
we're kind of already on that tip.
Well, what you just said about three
Scrooge.
simple ghosts,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like we are three simple ghosts, and
Yeah,
we are
for the
here
world.
for the world, and
Okay.
we're here to
Okay, Ghost of Christmas past, present, and you are future.
Way
you are,
in the
And you know,
future.
future is not really a ghost; it's actually just
the
death.
dude. Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
because I come in and I let it get real.
Maybe I'm Christmas future. I don't know. Let the listeners
Yeah,
decide.
you might be. I don't feel like I got the death in me like that.
But-
listeners, which ghost are
All
we?
of that to say, you think that these mostly men, mostly billionaires are evil, but have you ever thought to ask what they might be feeling, and have you ever thought to consider what pressure is on their shoulders with that money in the bank account? You've never had more than $10,000 in your bank account. These people have, and they go through it every
me
day.
and Nate keep clashing feet under the table because our legs is too long.
I got them long ass legs too.
Okay, so what we so to wrap up that point, free the entrepreneur,
Free the entrepreneur.
and next time you see somebody sailing by on a yacht while you're kind of walking to work,
Yeah.
a couple 8 miles,
Yeah.
blow them a kiss instead of setting up a tent on Wall Street.
Okay, fast car or slow car, but with great speakers.
Oh,
So would you rather be in a Lambo with kind of like just an okay sound system, or would you be in the
I'm
busted
not sure
Honda
my
Accord
answer
with
yet, but I know Nate's answer.
I know it's
And
quite
I know
obvious.
Nate is slow as
Interesting.
fuck.
The slowest, the
busted,
barely
rusty-ass
working car.
but with the fucking JBL fucking
because you want everybody to hear as you're coming by.
pulling up to Sprouts in LA to buy your like ginger shots. Yeah,
I am low key kind of like not deaf, but I have hearing impairment.
Sure.
And from
You look like you have a hearing aid in.
I don't, but I need one.
Not that would be a bad thing.
And I've just from the amount of concerts I've been to. Yes, I've seen Arcade Fire live in front of the front row.
Wow.
You're standing up
LCD
at
Front of the
Arcade
front
Fire
row?
on the tower of
Yeah.
amps, like
I'm like,
ear to the
I have
speaker.
busted out my eardrums from the amount of
You got your
concerts
ears
I've been
blown
to
out.
in my
You got your-
lifetime.
Oh, dude, Arcade Fire blew my ears out last night.
Whoa.
But I am
Yeah.
embarrassed because I have legitimately rolled up to like pick up Jane, my girlfriend, and just been like when I'm in the car by myself, it's
Yeah.
I'm in the I crank it up to the max volume.
You're blasting a Baby Keem orange soda.
Exactly, like
Sit
like
on my
music-
face, I attack that.
Music
Pulling
you
up
would
to
never
Naked.
expect me to be listening to.
Yeah.
I'm listening to the craziest, hardest music you've ever.
Oh.
And Jane is just like, "Who's that?" You know, like she's
Yeah.
with people, and I'm picking her up.
Hi,
and
girl.
and and it's embarrassing.
Your kids are
honestly.
gonna love going to school when you drop them off.
Oh God, I cannot wait to embarrass the fuck out of my
Well,
fucking kids.
I kind of think I like the opposite because I like to keep it mysterious. So everybody's chilling out, walking to school, walking across the park, and then all of a sudden this car comes whipping by at 150 and a 35, and right when you hear that, you hear this little tinny little. Yesterday, you hear the Beatles. And you hear, but for this
Oh my
smallest
God.
amount of time, because I'm going by so fast that it's Doppler shifting. Yesterday, you know what I mean? You don't even. It's like, whoa, shit, what was that? McLaren? You know what I mean? At McLaren F1. Oh shit, what was Benson you're listening to? One.
Barely coming out. It's out of a like
Yeah.
little bike speaker that
Yeah.
you have.
So that's my vibe.
And let's see, for me, I'm kind of somewhere in the middle where I would. I don't really care about the music because I'm wearing my noise canceling headphones at all times. But I'm driving.
Right,
I got
because you
the
don't
new
want to get
Sony's
distracted by
on.
the horns and all that.
Yeah, I'm locked in when I'm driving, so I got those on. But the kind of car I want to drive is I forget what they call these. These are like sleeper cars or something. It's like
The cells.
cops drive these, where it's a
Cop car.
It looks like it's a slow car on the outside, okay, but it's got a crazy ass. It's like I
Mhm.
forget Ford and
It's sleeper
and
build.
Chevy Impalas are kind of like this. The sleeper builds, and then when you need to make go manual mode, 60, 70 miles an hour as fast as you can
Surprise.
go. 80, going up to 80, impressing
Surprise,
everybody in the car.
motherfucker. The
Surprise,
beam.
motherfucker! Going 86.
Zoom. That's amazing.
I would love. My dream is always impressing people, and shocking people with how good I am at something.
My dream is to go 90 miles an hour one day. And this was a
You
tough.
could get
by the
there.
way, this was a tough question for us to even consider. By the way, because usually when we hear cars, we want to jump right into the climate change conversation and fossil fuels.
I know it's hard not
So,
to.
but it was
so
fun for a
over
second to
climate
put that
change.
aside.
We would be seeing more shit happening with the climate if that shit was actually
Fuck the fucking climate changing.
changing. I'm like,
Sorry to curse.
It's
but-
an emergency at this point. It's climate emergency.
so
it's
you
not,
claim.
And by the way, just
So
a
you claim.
little caveat: if you feel like we didn't answer your question correctly, ask it again.
Hit us up.
Ask it again.
Ask it very
next
much
time.
more elaborately in our
Yeah.
DMs. We'll answer.
And I know, and I just want to say this: that most of the questions are directed towards me personally, and
Yeah.
they were kind of about like.
Because there's
My
about 7 of them that say
behavior.
like, "How does that thing get so long?"
And we're not gonna address those.
We
so
just-
whoever
we
to
got-
the people that are asking those questions,
Yeah.
it's hard honestly to pick some of these because there's most of them are just kind of what you got swinging around down there, Nate.
Mhm.
Hey Nate, salivating emoji, fucking eggplant. Ooh, what it look like when it get
What
when the blood get to the dingaling.
You guys are hella sexual. I love it.
No, man. All right, next
I'm
question.
getting- All right,
next question.
now,
What-
now.
Will the world be like in 100 years from now?
There are 2 paths before us. One path is death, and one path is barren, and it's desert, and it's tumbleweeds, and it's overgrown cities with no people left. Okay, except for a few people that are
That's not also
that
death?
are very sick. No, that's death.
Oh, this is all the first one. All right,
This
my
is
bad.
bad. The second one is whatever. The very good way, where it's new cities all over. It's America
be-
becomes one giant metropolis.
You should be Trump's speechwriter for realsies because this is winning me over in a way that is reaching beyond politics.
You see what I'm saying, though? We have a
Of course.
choice. and
It's like,
the
do
way
you
we-
want to live in a hell with thistleweeds and deserted areas, or do
Yeah.
you want to have more cities?
And guess what the choice is, though,
Oh.
y'all?
Well, why?
Okay, the
What's
new
the
city, the
cause?
place where everybody respects each other, everybody's getting along, everybody's poly. That is the amazing future in 100 years. The other one is death. Guess what the choice is, y'all? Hint,
good one.
Hint. It's on the ballot. Okay?
Oh,
One choice, Republicans. One choice, Democrats. And guess
Rock
which
the
one
vote.
are which?
Democrats
Democrats are the
need
blue
to
ones.
take over the world.
The world
and there
right
needs to be
now.
a world government run specifically by
the
Democrats.
Right. Take over
And-
all the colonize everybody else.
And the world will look different if that were to be the
Yes.
case. And
Yes.
I am down for Biden to become a full ass dictator. I'm just gonna
Of
say
course.
it straight up right
Yeah.
now.
If we got Kirsten Cinema run in
That's
Thailand,
Amazing, incredible.
Huh?
That sound. Oh my goodness.
Here's some cinema running Thailand. Oh, how's
yeah,
that
because
work?
she's Democrat, right?
Every other
Oh, well,
government
yeah.
on the planet is so busted except for our
Alright.
system. And we need to go over to. I feel like we were just starting to cook in 2003 with
I
Iraq
know.
and shit.
Oh
and I was
my
like,
God.
oh, here we go. It's about to spread.
If
to the
John
Middle East.
Kerry,
right.
if
We're about to-
John fucking Kerry had been president, guess what? We would have
No.
eliminated the 2-term limit. He would have been still
He's a
serving
coward.
today.
He's
You
a
know what
coward.
needs to happen? But
not
we
not
need
John Kerry.
You mentioned
John
this.
Edwards. I mean,
We need a poly president. We
Poly
need
dude.
Biden needs to get polyamorous with
guess
it.
what though? They are all poly behind closed doors.
Democracy is one giant form of polyamory. It's
Yeah.
political amory.
Wow.
Political poly. It's a
Oh, my
political,
God.
right? That's why they call it a political system because it's poly.
Oh, damn! I never even thought of it. Like
well, you
that.
understand
Well,
such Latin roots that we
I
can't
know,
imagine.
I know,
I know.
I
I'm
know,
basically
no.
South American with it.
the semantics, Benzinger
No, listen.
semantics.
Here's the difference. Here's what democracy is. We're always chasing the most direct form of democracy,
Right.
right? How can we make it one? How can I talk to you more directly and more directly? And America has mastered it with the whatever it's called, the dual party system, because
Right.
everybody is
We are
directly
crushing it with that
represented.
system.
I'm a little bit. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit ashamed of that question. 100 years? That's all?
Right, you got to be thinking.
You gotta ask
even
us something. I'm
fucking
sorry,
further.
but you gotta ask us even further down the road because 100 years ago, what was 2020 or 1920? And so that was World War
They were
One
so
was wrapping up.
depressed back then.
Well, weren't they having fun?
No, 100 years ago was about the Great. No, when was the Great Depression? 1929.
Yeah, probably 29.
All right, so they were actually living it up, doing kind of all those cringy dances, flapper style, and
Not
they were
cringy.
drinking whatever absinthe, and they were getting all fucked up with jazz.
And so if you
Until
follow
29, that's when it went. That's when the market crashed.
if you follow the logical trajectory in that case,
Mm-hmm.
100 more years, we're gonna have 2 more world wars. We're gonna have a new car. We're gonna have a new form of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's all you have to do to think about what's gonna happen
We
over
just
the
need to
next
weather
100.
through these next kind of 20 years, and that's easy.
I'm so sorry.
And Jack
20
just got
in
a
20
text
years,
message.
I'll be 40. Or I'll be 50 in 20 years.
I don't want to think about you being in your 50s.
I'm gonna
Eric.
be.
You were never meant to be in your 50s.
sexual at 50. That I'm gonna unlock some kind of swag in myself by 50. That's.
I
Going
feel
to
like
shock you guys.
We are living in a alternate reality, and I feel like why everything is so fucked up right now is because you were supposed to die at 27.
I think I was.
And
I know
maybe
I
you did,
was.
because don't you feel like you're in heaven right now?
oh, shit.
Unbreakable Kimmy
shit.
Schmidt, but
There's a crazy
Bring
butterfly
Unbreakable
effect.
Kimmy Schmidt back,
Back
for a
now!
fourth this season.
We are
right
rebooting
now.
so much shit. We just watched Scream, and Kimmy Schmidt ain't getting a fucking fucking reboot. You kidding me, man? There's the universe. So many characters could come back, man.
Yeah.
Bring the movie back, the franchise.
Yeah.
we liked Scream.
God, shout
Oh yeah,
out.
we saw
movie.
Scream 6 last night. Shout out to Scream
Six?
6. That was Scream 6.
Dang.
Scream 6. That was the sixth Scream.
Installment.
Shout out to the guy who says that funny line about a halfway through it that made me laugh.
You know who you are.
You know who you
That guy
are.
was hella
Respect.
funny with it.
Good job. What else we got, Nate?
Okay. If we were in, wait, I'm gonna paraphrase this one. This person wants to know if we were in a band, what kind of genre of music would we be playing, and what are kind of the band dynamics that would happen?
The 3 of us are all in one band.
We're
or
in-
if we
we're in a
were
band.
an existing band.
No, we're in a
We are a band.
new band.
If we were to
of some
create a
sort.
band,
yeah.
So you mean when we create a band? When we
exactly. That's
Put
what
out, we
people
already
don't know.
we already have a recording company.
Yes.
Right.
What is it? Remember?
Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, not
Oh
gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah.
Production.
NGL Productions.
NGL.
I think personally, I think it would be some kind of Simon and Garfunkel situation where there's a third member, or one of I don't know. I'm not pointing at you, but one of us is the third member, and they're kind of forgotten.
Well-
and then
And then
But
goes and starts
then
their
they-
own thing.
but
and
then
it's
the-
way bigger.
the two main ones die pretty young, and then the other one
the other one goes further. But so what type of music is that? Folk?
folk. Well, put yourself
American-
political folk,
modern American folk.
political folk. Yeah,
Oh, I would get so folksy with it.
You would.
right. You'd
Yeah.
be telling people about the folklore because there's a lot of we do have lore. Some people have
Remember
stories.
Paul Bunyan?
Right, exactly.
Paul Bunyan. Is that
That's a big dude, right?
He's
Historical.
giant. He's got that blue ox.
What's that? A weapon?
His little friend.
Oh, he's got a little tiny animal.
No, big giant blue
Oh,
ox.
oh.
What does that have to do with folk music?
That's a folk story.
Oh, folklore.
Folklore.
Oh, gotcha.
You don't know Paul Bunyan?
Paul Bunyan.
No, I know who
dude?
Paul Bunyan is. I know who that is.
You don't- I don't
was
think
just
you knew-
confused. No, I do.
If
I
you
do,
don't
I
know
do, I
who
do.
Paul Bunyan is,
You're not
go
American.
open a goddamn
You lose your
fifth grade textbook right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open it to page 1.
Okay. I love folklore. Psych, I hate folklore. That shit's so boring.
What the hell?
Come on now.
So, what would your guys' kind of on stage rocker persona be? Would you be like drinking? I know Eric, you would be getting you. I feel like you couldn't get on stage unless you had like 17 fucking whiskeys. You know what I'm saying? Everyone would be like, "Oh shit, he's like blacked out right now," and it's gonna be like a better show because he's gonna like go off.
I
And,
think
like,
what
kinda
it-
say something crazy political, and they're.
I
Like,
think here's what would happen.
rant. Most of the concerts ranting.
First album, I'm wearing like 28-inch waist leather pants. Okay, I'm like looking so fine. I've got like you can see the gutters, whatever.
Beyond this side
I have size 15 feet. What are you gonna? What are you gonna? My foot. Most of the floor right now is my foot taking up space.
Sorry, Eric.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, whatever. First album when it comes out, I'm kind of the sex symbol of the band. Whatever. I've got long ass hair, looking great. I'm on Vanity Fair, whatever. my alcoholism gets so bad by album 3 that I'm coming on stage trying to wear the same pants. I've got dried up vomit down my.
But this is when the
Shit.
albums are the
This
best.
is when the music is
It's
cooking,
like,
but
it
my
can't get
health is
better than this.
declining.
Yes.
And you guys are the same. You kind of went sober and you started having families, and I went off the fucking deep end, starting dating foreign models and actors, whatever. And then what? Do I come back? Do I
No,
bounce
you
back?
die. You
Oh, that's
absolutely
so
perish.
sad.
No,
Yeah, but we get some
100%
good
perish.
inspo out of that. Death spo.
Mm-hmm. And then we replace you with your son.
That's like AC/DC.
with your child, and
Oh,
he,
wow.
and he has to take over the band, and he's
And he resents that,
becomes-
or he loves it?
no, and everyone like loves him so much. He's like the version of you that you could have been. You know what I'm saying?
And maybe I'm such an absent father. I was so absent because I was battling my addictions so intensely, and he never got to know me. But like, he gets to know me through the classic
it's
songs.
like Star Wars,
Right.
Yeah,
kind of
Well,
Darth Vader style.
a little bit
Because
like
Luke
Star
was supposed
Wars.
to kill his father so he could bring peace to the
To the
unit-
galaxy.
To the galaxy.
And then I don't want to break
Yeah.
your heart, but you know what happens next is the same. He follows in your footsteps and he passes away, and then we got to rock out with your grandson. And then,
And then you guys
and then
started-
we got the freaking 9-year-old and the 90-year-old, two 90-year-olds out here making,
yeah.
who knows what type
There's
of
not a lot
genre
of
Who
that
knows?
creativity happening between the really, really, really ancient old people and the really young people, because that's
Right.
where the transfer of knowledge needs to happen from
Look-
90-year-olds
well,
to teenagers. You know what I'm saying?
True.
We need to get those people cooking together.
And I want to
instead
say
of-
this about old people too, because I feel like make an effort, y'all. Because I see a lot of young
Seriously.
people who are falling in love with the greats. Because I get it. It's easier when you're younger to appreciate the ancient ones because they have so much literature out there. You can
Mhm.
really get to know their whole world, fall in love with them, and jump in. So I know it's going to take a lot of effort for our 90+ listeners to go on a TikTok and to go into, get up in the club and to go to the skate park. But just try it. Just try reaching a hand down, because I want to hear what type of music that would be. I want to see what type of stories they would tell.
Right. We got Clint Eastwood out there doing it solo. He's 93, directing his own movies, acting at his own shit. He's
No.
one of the last to do it like that. And my nana, who's also cooking, she's 92.
Is she an artist?
Let's see, she's not an artist. She was a pharmacist.
Okay.
What do you think is the biggest factor holding men back from evolving and growing?
Gravity.
Because
Because if
You think if we could be tall as?
I could fly,
Because gravity's
If we could
keeping our
float
height
around.
down, all of our
really?
heights down.
Well, for some of y'all, not for me, because I
Right.
stretch out every day vertically. Now, what's holding back men specifically? Testosterone.
What would you do if you woke
Tea.
up in Yao Ming's body?
and Yao Ming's
Oh, I'd hit
body?
the court.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
I'd go to the
I'd be
grocery
going-
store. I'd hit the
I take some arthritis medicine right when I wake up because his joints are aching.
Oh my goodness!
And then
That's funny.
And then
That's a good
If
question.
Yao Ming
I would-
was like asked us to be a permanent member of Joy Tactics, but he was kind of like dead weight, would you guys like? Would you guys want that?
Of
Would you guys want him
course.
on? Like he kind
Yeah.
of like disrupted the flow and
like, all right, yeah,
had no idea what we were talking about, and
Yeah.
we kind of like out of frame the whole time. Like,
But he's a
you know,
great
yeah.
hang outside of
He's
the
like
pod.
giving us
Outside,
so
he's
much
just
money.
nervous.
But once, and we're trying to like lock into like, man, like if he could just be like he is when he's
Yeah.
like chilling with us, getting
Right, he's so nervous.
He's so nervous.
He's got to hold a basketball.
Yeah.
He has to hold
Now,
the
how
basket.
tall is he? 7'9"?
Probably 7.
Yeah.
Four, I bet,
Oh
7'2",
my god,
7'8".
that's not a disorder.
I want to be a basketball player that dunks a lot and is
Yeah.
really like disrespectful to backboards, where it's
You wanna
just
sma-
shattering
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Every ball that comes to me,
Yeah.
I would perfect this. My whole thing would be everyone's trying to like perfect the 3-pointer, perfect their passes or whatever. I would
Yeah.
spend all of my energy to the point where I don't even know how to like dribble at all.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, yeah.
shattering the backboard
Yeah.
every time I touch it. So it would be like,
Yeah.
oh god damn, like the shattered
This is Nate.
again.
This is Nate on the court. Nate, in this scenario, you are 600 pounds and 10 feet tall. And you
Oh
do not
my.
move. You stay the
No.
whole game. You
No,
stay
with
standing.
one hand up.
Not goaltending because that's illegal. But you're like just past the half court line, and you just stand there, and you're kind of maybe eating something or drinking a milkshake or something, just waiting. And then every once in a while the ball comes to you and you grab it out of the earth and you
Like
just push everyone out of the way. The refs are all too scared to blow the whistle because you're noise sensitive.
You're so big and tall that your vocal cords don't work like everybody else's, so it just sounds like garbled. But you got a custom made Bentley outside that's like huge as a tank.
Sunglasses.
Skin is
Yeah.
thick like a rhino.
Wow.
Got huge basketball shorts.
But you got into college, so you got drafted from college, I guess.
Mhm.
Right?
Of course.
Do you have to
I
go to
didn't
college
skip.
to be in the
no,
NBA?
No, not at all. They pick people
Thank
up off
God.
the. There's scouts that drive around and they just look at the courts,
top.
and that's why I'm playing on the
Mhm.
Park Street courts all the
Going
time.
crazy, so sweaty
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
courts all the time.
You want to know how old the oldest college basketball player is right now?
How
How
old?
old? 23.
I think 25. I Googled that.
Ancient.
Ew.
But what's holding men back? It's the freedom to be themselves.
Right.
And their ego.
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 Let your
is the
ego
enemy.
just give it up, males. Give it
Right.
up. You're
And
done.
you know what else is tough?
Say-
It's a tough
Right.
question to ask because what's holding men back these days? Everything, man. Everything.
The
school
world.
system,
Yeah.
the world, the
World.
food we eat is anti-male, genetically modified foods.
Quite literally.
Quite literally. I mean, the road, the speed limits are too slow. There's so many,
Yeah.
you know, it could go on and on. Doctors hate us.
Yep.
Hate me. All right, let's
need
move
another
on before I
question,
start doing
right?
crying.
That was a good. I mean, that was a great question because a lot of people out there are listening to this and they need us to tell them shit like
Mhm.
this.
And we're hella qualified to speak on
We really are.
that
Okay, let's see here.
due to being men.
If you nut in space, do it. Push it backwards. Come on, man.
Hey,
Who
man,
the
hey,
hell?
be respectful.
Who the
Grow
hell
up,
asked
grow
that?
up,
respectful.
grow up. Cut that
Come
out. What time was that?
Be
What time was that?
respectful
Enough
right
of
now.
this
36:47. Cut
No,
that out.
hey,
Cut
man.
that out. Cut
Hey,
that out.
you realize we are professionals.
By the way, every time you
Yeah.
nut, you are in space. Just because you're near an
Yeah.
object that's gravitationally pulling you in.
Right.
I'm sick of people calling
We are in space.
Say outer space,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Okay? Say outer space.
Seriously,
This is
learn
a
some
PG-13
Neil deGrasse
podcast.
Tyson would school
He
you
would be-
so quickly.
He would be flipping you like a pancake
I want to
intellectually.
give that man more and more money.
I want to give him a
please.
foot rub.
I
He
want to
needs
do
it.
some things to him. You know, whatever. Make him dinner and stuff.
Neil, the grass, the rock,
The Rock,
Tyson.
Is there an authentic self, or is the self an illusion?
I have so many problems with that question.
Interesting.
I have so
that is
many-
a
that was a-
deep-rooted.
that- I have
Yeah.
so
that
many
gets
problems.
down to
with
the-
that.
let's
So,
get
will you
into
please say
it.
that one more time, actually?
Is there an authentic self, or is the self an illusion? And I want to say straight up, the self is an illusion. Whatever
Yeah.
you think you are not that. Because guess what? You are just a ball of consciousness
Correct.
that has no form to it. You are an amorphous blob that can change, shift, and mold. I could be a radical, crazy ass terrorist next week if I really wanted to. People are so obsessed with identity, and they are so obsessed with
Yeah.
a mask being put on themselves when
Self.
they are just a blob of nothingness.
Well, before we move on, what is authentic? How are we defining authentic? Is there an authentic self, or is it an illusion? How are we defining illusion as well? Because can you have authenticity in the illusory elements of life?
Interesting.
Is anything in life not an illusion? We defining an illusion as something that doesn't exist according to our sensory datum? Or
Oh my God.
are we defining it by what? So that's not a fair question. Authenticity is defined by the self. Nothing is authentic without the approval of the lens of the self. So
I wish this
All
run-on
right.
sentence
Yeah.
could be a 4-hour episode right
Well,
now.
it could be because
No
I'll tell you
periods,
what. I'll be honest. I don't have a point.
This is what they're blasting to the prisoners in Guantanamo.
If they had a Bensinger chamber, oh my God. Don't-
Bensinger chamber?
The
Never
Bensinger chamber
ends.
where I get to just sit down and they give me infinite
God.
Subway and I'll just sit there and eat I'll eat a fucking half buffalo
Oh
chicken
my
sandwich
God.
and a half cold cut with
And you're
mayo
like
and
on
green
a
peppers.
speaker, like to
No, I'm
the
right in front of them.
prisoners? Oh, okay. The IRL fucking.
Yeah, I'm right there.
God damn.
And I'm just telling them the same sentence 25 different ways. And
Well, that's interesting because that's torture to them, but to some, that's actually heaven.
well, it's
and
torture if you can't
education.
handle it, right? Hearing something
Ah.
hard, experiencing something hard, so like a rock. So, what was the question? Really, the self?
The authentic self. I think you have a good point. You were cooking on something as like, what is authentic? You know what I'm saying? Is it authentic to even, like whatever? I don't even want to get. I don't even know what I'm
I
saying.
honestly don't get what that question means.
All right,
me
let's go to the
neither.
next question because nobody can answer this except for
Could you
God.
talk Hitler out of some stuff?
Of course.
Some of the stuff, sure.
Some of the stuff that, like,
Oh, out
if
of
you
what
just
he
had a
did?
sit down with him, do you think that you could have prevented?
Because
some
guess
shit?
what? I threaten people with words.
Right.
And I could bring up, and I'm sort of psychic where I could scare him with some stuff I knew about his life, especially coming from the future.
Right.
And I would be like,
Right.
your mom is this person. She'd say, yeah. I'll bring up all his art school failures, whatever, and say, like, if you don't do what I tell you right now and free everybody and stop going to war right now, I will do something to you.
Hitler, fucking not a chance.
Die, Hitler!
Yeah, I could talk him out of it using a bullet. Nice.
There'd be no talking if it's
Yeah,
me, Hitler.
I'll
yeah.
give him a convincing.
I would rip his fucking face off, dude. Like it
I'd
would
bite
be
him.
no mercy, man.
I'd go
Torture.
KY Jelly wrestling style with him and beat his ass.
Lock the doors, get the
Yeah.
KY jelly.
And get the KY jelly out right now.
Get
The
the
menthol,
KY.
the menthol kind.
Get the KY jelly.
Good God.
Did he have a bussin' body? Did Hitler have a nice body?
I think he had
type?
that angular type.
He had
jacked? Was
he
he
looked
ripped?
like
No, I don't
Patrick
think he was
Star.
jacked.
He probably had a pink penis. One of them
I-
pink things. A really pink thing.
Yeah.
He fucked up for doing all that.
Yeah.
He had
sucked-
pointy
he sucked
nipples and a
badly.
pink little.
And I got
thing.
to if there was somebody there in our reality that did go back in time and try to talk him out of it,
Yeah.
you fucked up. You fucked it up.
I know, right? If we did have,
You didn't do it,
Well,
yeah.
I guess we're in the reality where Hitler exists. Because
Right.
if they
'Cause
did
the
go
time
back,
travel.
it would create a new fork in time, and then they get to
And
live
maybe
in
there
that
would be
time.
somebody because power. There's a vacuum for power, right? And it's gonna suck up some other loser who wants to make life hell.
Are you saying if Hitler doesn't exist, there would be
There'd
somebody
be some
named
other type of guy,
fucking
maybe
James,
named
James Wesley
Guthrie.
Wesleyan. Woody Guthrie.
What would it take to forgive someone who murdered your best friend?
Not a damn thing. You got it.
Yeah,
You got it
You
already.
good.
That's how I
You
live
good.
my
Oh,
life.
good.
Whatever.
Yeah, we'll see you at the
Say la vie.
whatever.
C'est la vie.
You're my new best friend, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
No, I don't take it to that extent because I can forgive someone and not rock with them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So what you
I see
murdered
what
my
you're
best
saying,
friend, I forgive you, but we're not gonna be home. I'll say what's up at a party, whatever, but I'm not chilling with you like that.
we
I
forgive,
never
but we don't
will.
forget.
Correct.
But we do forgive.
Correct.
But I don't keep best friends like that. Also,
Except for me
well,
and Nate,
you're more special than best friends. They don't have a word for what you guys are yet.
brothers.
Nate's looking through pictures of about 90 different questions right now.
Of the hottest, like, so just people on Earth, Google Images.
Should we do a little palate cleanser?
Yeah,
Because I feel like we've
Please.
been answering a lot of questions.
we have.
And I actually got an interesting idea for a
Okay.
palate cleanser.
What could that be?
That's to do like an entrance. Like I'll put our mics down
Yeah.
and let's step back about 10 steps away from the table.
Oh, and then
And
what
come
if we
in.
come
And
in
then
one by
come
one
in.
and introduce ourselves?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's excellent.
All right.
All right. Well, all
You
right.
guys wanna? Are we introducing ourselves?
Yeah.
So
wait,
you-
the
wait,
other
we
two will
all
sit
gotta-
here and watch the entrance.
Oh, okay. Kinda,
Okay. Yeah.
Like you
All
just
right.
came in, you know what I'm saying? And we're like, oh shit, you know.
All right, we can't see you.
What do I do?
Do your thing, man. You look so tired.
Never seen somebody look more tired in their life.
Jack, Ben, singer, back at the top, back at the table. I had an idea for a bit, and I'm just too tired to even do
All
it,
right,
so I did that.
all right.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
That's a palate cleanser for you. All right, next question.
Dun, 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 dun. Jack Benzinger, 6'6", weighing in just under 200 pounds.
Jack does not drink coffee,
I
and
don't.
he needs to.
Well, I wanted to do a
We
bit,
need a peer pressure and
Why don't you
shame
drink
you.
coffee, man?
because it makes me feel like I need to jump into traffic.
All right, so this is a good one.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. For the palate cleanser, if it was kind of boring, Nate, I know you're editing this one. Do you think you could kind of trick it out?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, I'll try to. I'll put some. It'll
Whatever
make
you
it
want.
crazy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, it wasn't boring because anything we
It was
do
amazing.
is
It was
interesting.
literally
And people
so
don't even-
entertaining.
People
entertaining.
like
Thanks,
us
y'all.
so much.
Yes, they do.
So this is kind of relevant. What is the best way to deal with attention that comes with fame?
Oh my
alcohol.
God!
We
I
are
think about this question all the time.
This is something that is happening to us right
Yes.
now, and we
Yes.
honestly need some
Yeah.
advice from
From you guys.
and we need to be hanging out with more famous people.
I know.
because we are coming up with this shit as we go.
It is humiliating having a podcast where it's like I know that most of our listeners are more successful than us in
Right.
the entertainment industry.
That can only say good things about us, though.
Right.
Where our peers are actually.
No, it's just
ahead of us.
intimidating, I should say.
Right,
It's
right,
intimidating.
of course.
But I mean, how do you deal with pressure of fame and fortune? You just stay grounded, man. And how do you stay grounded? Stay on your diet, go to the gym,
Uh-huh.
make sure you're posting on social media as much as possible.
Mhm.
You know, don't answer every text you get.
And
Kinda
getting
let it
rid
ride.
of anybody that is not like kind of at your echelon, just
Right.
kind of just scraping them.
Dump them.
They're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we're climbing up the ladder. If
If
people
you-
say this is
yeah.
a social climbing, no, it's not. This is a business that we're a part of. And if I don't talk to you anymore and you're not kind of like popping or something like that, like that's just the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing
Yeah.
to do with social climbing
Because
or
one
anything
is
like that.
as soon
Like,
as the
Totally.
first one
you
of
are
us,
nothing to me, by the way, if you are not at my level. I don't
Right.
even want to talk to you. I don't want to know anything about
You're
you.
a donut.
Exactly. In
I-
what way?
I eat. I don't even care about donuts.
okay, gotcha.
And I'll say this: I do this with the attention. I ignore it. I pretend it's not happening, even though it's happening it's flooding my life. And if someone ever recognizes me on the street, which happens more than I'd care to
Even in
admit,
the suburbs with
Even in the suburbs.
65-year-old Italian gentlemen.
right, they're always coming up saying, "Whatever." I saw that Twitter video that you did that busted my gut, making me laugh. I tell them this: I think you got me mistaken, brother. That's not me. And if they say yes, it is, I pull them really close and I pull their head right up to mine and say, "Don't fucking say a word. I will end you if you tell anybody I was here. I'll keep it private like Bradley Cooper."
Eric, do you know the what happened to George Harrison of the Beatles?
He
got
got
shot in
cancer
the head.
and died.
Well, okay.
That's
yeah,
not
Okay,
funny.
what else
That was what I was
happened?
referring
What
to,
else
but-
happened?
That's not funny.
Well, he was living in basically a castle in
Excellent.
Great Britain.
Love that.
And I foresee a similar type of
Really?
reality for you where you are living, you have abandoned the creative fields. You are so rich out of your fucking mind that you can live whatever way you want to.
Well, yeah.
But in that castle, some crazy person broke in
No,
and
no.
held him at
Are you
gunpoint
serious?
and robbed his ass. And I
And
feel
they
like
got
that-
John Lennon too with a gun.
They were coming after the Beatles, and
They got a gun in
Oh
Britain.
my god! Oh,
this
because they
guy
have
did, I'm
old timey
pretty sure.
guns. They have
I might
hunting
be
guns.
misinterpreting this story. I don't know, but this is the way I kind of remember it.
You could take over Britain with one gun. They're not allowed,
right.
right?
Oh yeah, the cops there just have fucking
Batons.
sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn. Be careful, Britain.
A succulent Chinese meal.
What?
What is
that,
what-
that
was
video?
that? Damn, what?
The dude, the legendary dude that get arrested in Great Britain.
No.
Oh my goodness! You haven't seen this?
Oh, maybe I
He's
have.
getting
He's like,
arrested.
yeah.
Somebody
He's
call
like-
someone
He's
succulent?
like, "What are my charges? Having a succulent Chinese meal."
Yeah,
Whoa,
I've seen it. I've
that's
seen
a
it.
great
takes
voice,
him
Nate.
so long
Yeah.
to get arrested. Like it's like
Yeah.
they're putting him in the car for what seems like 20 minutes. And
Oh, I
he
thought you
Yeah.
said male. You said meal.
meal.
I
Yeah,
sound
yeah,
like
yeah.
you said.
It's like in a Chinese mail.
Me and Eric heard the same thing.
Yeah, but meal
I
is
see.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. He was just eating a little meal. Again,
Damn.
playing footsie with Jack. Sorry about that.
My feet are like tucked in back behind me. And you're still
Sorry,
poking
I like
on my
to spread out.
I feel you.
with
That.
my
I like to
feet.
spread. I like to
Man.
spread joy.
I watched a TikTok said what it's like to die slowly. Why is my feed? Well,
that's what
coming
life
up?
I get all these hospice nurses that are on my TikTok telling.
What is your
tell me what it's
does
like
you,
on the
your
next-
For You page is shocking. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there should be. You know what? I think this would be the most amazing because I know we have a lot of people working in the tech industry out there.
Technicians.
There is
Respect.
somebody you can have this idea for free because I don't even give a fuck anymore. I'm done. caring.
Ology.
This is an idea that will change the world. It will be one of the next biggest fucking apps on the planet, and it is basically you can dip into somebody else's For You page. So celebrities can like put out their feed, and you could be like, oh, I want to check out what Jonah Hill's feed
my
is.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, for $100 a week.
What are you kidding? Isn't that the best fucking
That's an
idea?
amazing
ever in your
idea.
fucking
Excellent,
goddamn
dude.
fucking
Well,
life.
Nate.
That's
I
excellent.
don't even know if you should have shared that.
I don't
You
get. The
you
thing is,
shouldn't
I
have.
don't care.
You
Somebody, I
want-
just made somebody a
yeah.
billionaire. I don't even care. I don't want any shares of it because knowledge is
No.
free, and I don't give. I'm at the point where I want to give back to the universe.
Right, you've
because I
gotten
know that's
enough.
about to come back tenfold, karma style to me.
Right.
Yep.
Karmically positive.
Man.
Yeah, I don't remember what's going on. I might need.
Well, should we say what gave us joy?
Let's say what gave us joy. Let's see.
Okay. Yes. Let's say what gave us joy.
What gave me joy this week was seeing Scream 6 in theaters. We just said it. We were front row. I said, that's too close. Well, it wasn't. And I had some Twizzlers.
And you were on your phone.
You saw
Pulling
that.
up, yeah. We were the three most disrespectful moviegoers. Like to any filmmaker out there that is
Yeah.
like, I hate going to movies. I've heard people say this before, and I'm like, I can't go to the movies anymore. Everyone's on their phone, and
But
everyone's
guess
just
what
so
I was doing on my
disrespectful.
phone? I was looking up the people in the movie. I was so curious. That's how in the movie I am. As I'm checking.
No,
the
that was the first movie
yeah,
that I
I'm
ever
alright.
felt comfortable like grabbing my phone. It was kind of a fun vibe
because the lights were on.
Everybody was yes.
in
We
the
were in a
theater.
movie theater that had the,
The lights on the
Everybody
whole
was
That
time.
was
just
weird. I've
chilling.
never seen that. That was the brightest movie theater.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Very weird.
AMC dining down.
I like that. You know what? It's a good style. It's a good business model for a movie theaters. It's
Correct.
like it's basically living room style where everyone, you could talk, you could be on your phone. The movie's on, but we're not necessarily watching a movie. We're hanging.
right.
That's right.
Um,
Yeah. All right, Jack. What got you joyful this week?
What gave me joy this week? I had a milkshake yesterday.
Oreo milkshake.
That was delicious. What happened is I sucked it up through the straw, and they had this new thing on top that I'd never had. That was some type of cream cheese type of stuff on top. It's very rare at my age that I get to try new food. That was amazing. Oh yeah,
Congrats. That's awesome.
thank you.
What brought me joy was Chicago audiences.
Oh yeah.
So we did a show. I will say that there is nothing in the world like a Chicago house of people
Correct.
to perform to.
Correct.
Because people in Chicago want to enjoy themselves. And in New York and LA, they just want to be sad, arms
Right.
crossed.
Right,
"Oh, show me
right.
what you got.
Yeah, right.
Shut the fuck. People in Chicago want to have a good time and,
Yes.
and they want to laugh and have fun. And
Mm-hmm.
when you are cooking for the crowd, there is nothing like that kinetic energy that brings us all together, the live performance that bonds us and makes us all know that we are
More
actually
happier.
one with everybody, one love, one universal,
There's
one
nothing
consciousness.
like
universal
that.
tongue.
Damn. All right. We love you, Chicago, and we love
Thank
all
you
the
so much
listeners.
for rocking with have a good rest of your day, and thank you for all the questions.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Well, that concludes another incredible fucking episode of Joy Tactics. Head over to patreon.com/joytactics to unlock exclusive weekly bonus episodes. And make sure to follow us on social media where we post fire TikToks and hilarious shit like that. And if you loved the shit you just listened to, make sure to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review.
Thanks for listening, and remember, we are shaped by our thoughts, we become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves.